Number 1 on our list is Nicholas de Genova, who is the chair of the Comparative Cultural Studies Department at the University of Houston. Now, Genova first gained infamy as an American hater when he spoke at a 2003 march against the Iraq War, where he called for 1 million more Mogadishus, which is the reference to the horrific carnage that resulted from a 1993 American military action in the Somalia capital, where 18 Americans and hundreds of Somalis were killed. Now, in defense of these comments, which are in fact indefensible, the professor decided to go with the America's white supremacists, and that's what constitutes our nation and all forms of nationalism and patriotism defense. So he was really just speaking out against white supremacy when he called for the deaths of millions of Americans. Now, in the 2 decades following those controversial comments, de Genova has not shied away from controversy. He's really just changed his targets, and he's put the focus on things like American policing, which unsurprisingly, he says exists solely to hold up white supremacy. Policing in the United States is inextricable from the perpetration and perpetuation of racism. Later in the same piece, he of course endorsed the rioting that's occurred in the wake of the death of George Floyd by saying, quote, "Confronted with the obscenity of law enforcement that repeatedly proves itself to be nothing less than torture and murder, the enraged response of aggrieved racially oppressed communities repeatedly finds itself with no other option than rioting and other forms of defiance toward the law." He also said most of what have been branded as riots have in fact been veritable urban insurrections, albeit largely spontaneous insurgencies against the systematic violence of the racial state. Now, of course, de Genova also believes that President Trump is a white supremacist president, and capitalism is inherently evil. And it is for that desire to see America go down, not just abroad, but here at home in flames, that de Genova is number 1 on our list for our top America-hating professors.